Hello, you wonderful people, welcome back to our YouTube channel. And today we're gonna be talking about the 10 must-watch matches in the WWE if you're a new fan or if you somehow haven't seen these matches before. Now, this list is something that I personally created because these are what I think the 10 most important matches of all time. And some of these matches might not be the biggest matches of all time, but there is some significance to every single one of those. And each and every one of these matches has something that every single person coming into the WWE anew or just in wrestling in general can learn something from. But before we get into every single one of these matches, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe, help me out reach my dream. Thank you. Also, if you have any matches that you think should be on this list that I haven't mentioned, please let me know down below. Now, the first match I'm gonna be talking about is one that might not cross most people's minds, but it's actually Bret Hart versus Roddy Piper. And for me personally, this is the greatest story ever told in a single match and one promo. Now, to build the story up for everyone who's gonna watch this match after the video, this match is between Roddy Piper, the veteran, and Bret Hart, someone new coming into the scene. When Piper first came into the wrestling business, he was a brash kid. He had talent, he had the mouthpiece, possibly the greatest ever, and he also had the crowd behind him, but he always felt pressure from the locker room. The locker room was full of these old, stingy men who believed that the kid is not good enough to be in this business. And although they treated him with some moniker of respect, he understood what was truly behind it. However, after years and years of work, Piper would find him at the top of the game. Now, Bret Hart was basically a young Piper. He was also the new kid on the block, he was a great in-ring worker, he had the mouthpiece, he had the crowd behind him, but again, he was new, so the locker room might have had some problems. Roddy Piper especially. And in the promo leading into their match at WrestleMania 8, Piper had some words. He was talking about how he knew Bret's dad and his mother, how he remembered Bret being a kid, and he was trying to be all playful and everything, but Bret knew what Roddy Piper was actually meaning behind it. You're still a kid. Step out of my way. So Bret felt kind of defiant, and that didn't stick well with Roddy Piper, as Piper was the veteran. Bret should show some respect to him. And in the match we would see something amazing, as both of them would come in as a face, both of them would leave as a face, but during the match there was a heel turn. Roddy Piper would actually turn heel on Bret during the match, at one point even grabbing the bell and wanting to streak Bret with it. Because Bret was better, he was younger, he had more energy, he could kick out of anything, he was more technically gifted, he had everything on Piper. And Piper realized that, and he knew if he wanted to win the match, he would have to do anything and everything. So with that bell in hand, just waiting to smash it into Bret Hart's face, he would look around. There was this beautiful moment where he just was looking. And he looked at the crowd, and you can see him in his eyes. He just thought, this crowd was cheering for me 20 years ago, when I was fighting guys just like I am right now. This crowd was on my side. I was their hero. Why am I the bad guy? It's because of me. It's because of my actions. And he would drop the bell. He would eventually lose the match, but he would be the one to put the Intercontinental Championship around Bret's waist and raise his hand. Beautiful story, you need to see it for yourself. I tried to explain some parts of it here, but to truly understand it, you have to watch the match. And now every segment will be a bit shorter than that one. So to keep going through this, we have Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant at WrestleMania 3. And this match, it's really the impact of it, it's what really cemented Hulk Hogan and the WWF at the time into stardom. It cemented the golden era of wrestling. And there's also the big moment where Hulk Hogan slammed Andre the Giant, and it was just a clash of titans, a great match, and something every single fan should watch at some point. Next up, we're gonna talk about John Cena versus CM Punk at Money in the Bank 2011. First of all, one of the greatest in-ring matches of all time. It's crazy to see John Cena being that good, and CM Punk is of course CM Punk. But apart from the match itself, it's the crowd. The Chicago crowd was amazing here. They were fully on CM Punk's side, as it goes when CM Punk is from Chicago. but the hostility they felt towards John Cena is what really carried the match. And it also was like the peak of Summer of Punk. And the match was just amazing. The vibe was amazing. You have to watch it for yourself. And talking about John Cena and violent crowds, we have John Cena versus Rob Van Dam at ECW's One Night Stand. And this might be the greatest crowd of all time, at least in the US, because this crowd was rabid. There was the infamous sign that said, if John Cena wins, we riot. And they weren't kidding. Because trust me, this is an ECW crowd. For all of you who don't know about ECW, which I'm sure some of you don't, ECW was Extreme Championship Wrestling, the by far most rabid wrestling promotion of all time. It had the greatest spots, it had the craziest crowds of all time during the ECW era, and this was one last shot for ECW on the grandest stage of them all, because ECW had run out of business a couple of years before. They were bought out by Vince McMahon and WWF, and this was one last love letter to ECW. And for everyone who doesn't really understand what ECW is and doesn't want to go and watch every single match in the catalog, please watch this one, because this one truly makes you understand what ECW was all about, even some years later. Next up, I just have to mention on this list, Randy Savage versus Ricky Steamboat at WrestleMania 3. And this match was a match ahead of its time. This match is one of those matches where, even though you see it through modern lens, where, wrestling is just different. Wrestling has advanced and everything is just way different. But this match, it's modern. Somehow this match, even though it happened in the 80s, is still modern, it's still watchable. And that's the greatest thing about this match. It's a precursor to what wrestling will become between two of the greatest in-ring workers of all time in Randy Savage and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. You have to watch this match if you want to understand just how good old school matches could be. Next up, another match I want you to watch is the match between Becky Lynch, Ronda Rousey, and Charlotte Flair at the main event of WrestleMania. And this match is so important because it finally gave way to truly cement the women as equal as men. And it took a long time, it really took a long time, but this match is what truly cemented everything the women's evolution was about. And the evolution has stopped. There is no more need to evolve anymore. You are on the par with men. And this match was what made that perfectly clear. The first women's main event of WrestleMania. Gone are the Divas days. Gone is everything of the past. Now we have some badass women here. And we do to this very day. Next up, I have two Roman Reigns matches to truly understand the Tribal Chief. And the first one is the beginning of the story. Jey Uso versus Roman Reigns at a Hell in a Cell 2020 in a Hell in a Cell I Quit match. I don't really like double stipulations, but it really worked here. I don't want to go in too far into the storytelling. You can completely understand it from watching the match on itself. And it's amazing. It's amazing. First of all, it's possibly the best match that used the Thunderdome era, because it was during the era where we had no fans. It was the pandemic. So they really used that. They used it so you could hear Roman screaming at Jey every single time. You could hear everything. You could feel their faces. It was just brilliant. It was so good. It was amazing. And also, it's just the start of one of the greatest, if not the greatest, according to me, it is the greatest story of all time. So you just have to watch it. And the second Roman Reigns match is, of course, finishing the story of Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40. And this match, again, an end to two of the greatest stories ever told in the ring. Possibly number one and number two, in my own personal subjective young opinion. I wasn't there to watch the olden stories. I can watch matches, but I can't really feel them. Whereas this happened in real time, in front of my eyes. I was watching it. and it was so good. It was so good. The match in itself was amazing. It's the perfect example of overbooking, because you could really overbook something and it turns out bad, whereas here it was overbooked to all hell, and yet it was just simply brilliant. So I implore you to watch this match. Now, next up, I just have written here the Undertaker streak. Now, I don't need you to go watch all the Undertaker streak matches, but you have to watch at least one or two to fully grasp it. Now, the match I would personally recommend if you just wanted to watch one would be Shawn Michaels versus Undertaker at WrestleMania 25. This match is, in my opinion and opinion of many others, the greatest match of all time. And it truly cements the weight of the Undertaker streak. And if you're gonna watch this and if you like it, please go watch the 3 next WrestleMania matches, because it's a soap opera. It's a TV show that runs for 4 seasons, 4 matches, 2 against Shawn Michaels, 2 against Triple H. It's just brilliant. And if you like those, just watch the next 2 between CM Punk and Brock Lesnar obviously finishing the streak. That's only if you like them. I mean, I promise you, you're gonna love them, because these matches are the greatest of all time. So please go watch this. And now here I have some honorable mentions, which some people might really believe deserve to be on this list. I do too, but unfortunately it's only a list of 10, so I had to pick 10 matches. But here are some of the honorable mentions. The Rock vs Hulk Hogan, The Rock vs Stone Cold Steve Austin, Edge and Christian versus the Hardys versus the Dudley Boys at WrestleMania 17, and AJ Styles versus John Cena at SummerSlam 2016. If you watched all 10 of these matches that I'm mentioning throughout the video and you enjoyed them, you're gonna enjoy all of these as well, so please go ahead and watch them. And for our final match, I had to put it number 1. It's Bret Hart versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. It's a true passing of the torch moment. It's what made Stone Cold Steve Austin into the star he is today. There's this iconic imagery of him with blood pouring all down his face, but he's still not giving up. It was just an amazing match. It also provided us with a double turn. Although the double turn was building in the weeks before, it's not as if it happened all of a sudden. But going into this match, Stone Cold was technically a heel and Bret Hart was technically as face. However, leaving this match, there was no more technically. Bret Hart was the heel and Stone Cold was the face. Simple as that. And it propelled Stone Cold into one of the greatest, if not the greatest superstars of all time. One of the greatest faces, if not the greatest face of all time. So you just have to go and watch this match. Now, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, again, please leave a like, subscribe, check out some of my other videos. Comment if you think I missed any of the matches you believe should be on this list, and maybe I'll make a part 2. Maybe, if you're still watching till the end of this video, should I do a top 10 matches or matches you need to watch if you're not familiar with the programming outside of the WWE, maybe including AEW shows, ROH, New Japan, whatever it takes. So yeah, let me know down below, and thank you.